reason why we built FAPSCO is to unite the Filipino online professionals industry, to also promote collaboration with each other, and of course we wanted to help produce skilled online professionals, specialists, and of course leaders.
We've created FAPSCO with a vision to become an organization that supports all Filipino online professionals to be successful in their online careers and businesses, regardless of their affiliations.
I joined FAPSCO because as an online professional who's working at the comfort of my home, I needed other individual can share with me on this freelancing journey.
The reason why we have built the Filipino Online Professional Service Cooperative is to help the ICT graduates, aspirant freelancers, and this is also to help them develop, explore, and acquire new skills when it comes to online professional industry.
Ang paglambo o kalampusan sa usa ka organisasyon nagadepende sa kalidad sa mga miyembro o mga lideres niini. Ang FAPSCO dili lang adunay maanindot kayo nga advokasya o misyon na matabangan kitang tanang mga online professionals na magkahiusa, mulambo o mutubo kita sa atong pagpanarbaho o pagnegosyo online.
FAPSCO for me is a digital opportunity for me to develop and share my skills.
I joined FAPSCO as one of the founding members because I knew FAPSCO is going to be backed by other veteran online professionals and freelancers, thereby having an experienced, solid, and passionate founding members that we have today.
I joined FAPSCO because the vision of the co-op aligns with my personal vision to provide much-needed support to online professionals nationwide.
I joined FAPSCO because the people that I've met have the same values, mission, and vision as mine. And that is to provide assistance, pre-training, and coaching to those who wants to jumpstart their career as a freelancer.
I joined the FAPSCO community because it promotes collaboration instead of competition.
I joined FAPSCO because this is a group with a helping hand.
I wanted to be part of an organization that would be a pioneer group of individuals who will be working to promote online freelance.
Friends and online professionals, this show is for you. FAPSTalk is brought to you by FAPSCO, the national-based cooperative for and by Filipino online professionals. Please like our page, facebook.com/fapsco.ph, and you may also find us in Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn, or visit our website, fapsco.ph. Ayan, welcome. And before we move on, thank you pala tayo sa ating partners, FAPSCO Media, and also FAPSCO SMM team and membership committee, and also FAPSCO members, Filipino Online Professionals Industry. Ayan. Good evening, everyone, and good evening, Rosh. Parang tayong dalawa lang nandito ngayon na host. Kumusta ka naman dyan sa kinaroroonan mo?
Good evening, good evening. Nakatapos na ng meeting with Matt. Siyempre, ang ating institusyon din sa FAPSCO. Kinailangan mag-meeting para pumili ng mga dokumento para tayo magpatuloy. At ngayon, ito, online. Okay, guess na ngayon ay kapal na saan wala ko, hindi na ako. So, kaya go!
Rosh, medyo putol-putol ka, so ilapit mo ng onte yung mic later sa mouth, okay? But, ayan, sige, let's... Ayan, let's proceed. And tonight our guest is MJ Soriano na nakasama namin sa aming training of trainers doon sa Korea. Isa sa mga navigators namin doon na pag kami ay naligaw, isa siya sa mga may kasalanan. Ayan, MJ Soriano has 10 years of experience in the food service industry where she developed her skills in business and leadership. With the support of a scholarship from DICT, she ventured into the digital world, specializing in social media marketing and advertising. She has worked with clients from around the globe, including well-known brands in the Philippines. Ayan. Her passion for sharing knowledge has led her to conduct outreach programs, social media groups, webinars, and seminars in different schools and organizations across the Philippines, helping people learn about the digital world. Alam ko na kwento sa akin ng very slight ni MJ ito nung nasa Korea kami, yung tungkol sa advocacy niya for training and all. And tonight, let's welcome our very own Miss MJ Soriano from Rizal Business Center. Hello!
Hello po, good evening everyone. Ayan. Bear with my voice kasi medyo malat. Medyo ang aking lalamunan ay hindi nakikisama this past few days. Ayan. So, hello po, good evening po, Miss Roche, and of course, Miss Zehan, and thank you for inviting me here for the pop stock natin. Ayan po.
Yan. Sige, magkwentuhan tayo, MJ. Ituloy na natin yung kwentuhan natin from kanina. So, kumusta naman? So, sige, kwento mo muna. How did you start? Ano yung naging path mo? At paano ka napunta sa digital workspace?
Ayan. O sige po. So, i-ready nyo na po yung mga tissue nyo kasi medyo may pagkamaalala mo kaya. Joke lang. Okay. So, I started po my career since when I was second year college. Ayan. So, working student po kasi ako noon. So, scholar ako slash working student pa ako. So, I guess pwede ko namang sabihin yung company. I came from Jollibee Foods Corporation. So, I started my career as a cashier crew during that time. Tapos kasi during that time na rin, bida-bida na rin kasi ako. So, syempre, once na nandun ka na, you will get things na kung ano yung mga gusto mo or gusto mong gawin sa buhay. So, of course, I dedicate all the time. I mean, tapos, during that time, then I was given a chance to train din people. So, kahit bago pa lang ako, nabibigyan na din ako ng chance to train them. Hanggang sa nagustuhan nila ako, so binigyan nila ako ng chance to be a regular crew. Then, after ko maging regular crew, naging manager naman ako after ko makagraduate. So, ayan, doon na po, during that time din, tuloy-tuloy siya. So, nag-spend kasi ako dyan like around almost 5 years with Jollibee. Then after that, nabigyan din ng chance to be a restaurant manager naman ng Bonson Chicken Philippines. Then after that, syempre, sa Philippines din naman kasi, even though your title is good, sometimes meron ka pa rin gusto na ma-achieve, di ba, at the same time. So, kumbaga, I grabbed the opportunity to go to other country then, which is Kuwait. So, doon naman po, given a chance din po ako to be a restaurant manager naman. Pero this is more on Burger King naman. Ayan. So, that's a good experience as well kasi doon ko na-experience din po to work with other nationalities. And at the same time, syempre, when, kapag nasa ibang bansa ka, diba, the challenges are so, kumbaga parang medyo, hindi lang siya mahirap, pero mahirap din talaga siya. So, siguro, mahirap talaga siya. So, maybe that's why doon ko po nakuha yung a little bit more stronger self ko na para at least mag-indulge ulit sa mga iba't iba pa. So, just to make this story short, after that, I decided to myself na parang ang tagal ko na sa ganitong work. So, bakit hindi naman ako mag-switch? Ayan. So, I decided na, at nangyari pala, parang touch point kasi ng buhay ko, na-experience ko na magkaroon ako ng COVID. Ayan. So, during 2020 kasi, 2021, nagkaroon kasi ako ng COVID sometime. So, parang naisip ko, parang this is my second life already. So, parang bakit hindi ko siya i-grab as an opportunity na magstay na sa Pilipinas. Then, doon po, I decided na, sige, bumalik na lang ako sa Pilipinas. Doon, naiisip ko na siya nung una, mas nakapag-isip ako during the time that I have a COVID. Kasi nga sabi ko, ang mother ko is sick during that time. So, parang, 'di ba? Yes, kuha ka ng kuha or kumbaga malaki yung pera mo kasi nasa ibang bansa ka. But the thing is, there's something na parang kulang still. So I decided to go back here in the Philippines during that 2021. Then sinabi ko sa sarili ko that if I'm not going to be, kasi ano po ako parang go-getter kasi ako. So sabi ko, if I'm not going to be area manager of, a restaurant din pagdating dito sa Pilipinas. Gusto ko magtrabaho with public government. Kumbaga para maiba naman yung industry ko or eto ngang online. Kasi doon pa lang even in Kuwait, marami na nag-o-offer sa akin. Muntik na nga po ako mag-enroll sa isang sa isang training or sa isang training org which is I need to pay parang 13,000 pesos just an intro lang. Yeah, for that. So, di ko na sasabihin kung saan siya. Meron na asin talagang papasa na lang ako ng, alam niyo, ng pera. Pero sabi ko, sige, I'll try muna or I'll check muna when I come back. So, nung dumating po ako sa Pilipinas, June yun June 2021. So, chill-chill lang muna, parang hanap-hanap kung ano yung pwede. Tapos, dumating sa point that my partner now, sa government po kasi siya nagtatrabaho. So, sabi niya sa akin, uy, may scholarship na may nakita ko sa DICT. So, parang this is more on work from home daw. Di ba yan yung gusto mo? Sabi niya ganun sa akin. Kasi I'm waiting din nun ng, ang tawag ito yung civil service exam. Kasi nga, di ba, target ko is government and at the same time is, ito nga online professional. Tapos after nun, syempre, dahil nga nakita ko scholarship, o sige, pwede naman, may computer naman sa bahay, so complete naman lahat. So, nagpasa ako. So again, doon na po nag-start yung ano ko, yung parang na-indulge ko pagdating sa online professional. And syempre, ang aming ina or nagturo sa amin din is si Miss Roche during that time. Ayan. So, kung mapapansin yan, kahit naman during that time, bida-bida na ako kay Miss Roche no, during her class. Ayan. So, siguro, kapag
yung assessor nyo nun.
Opo, ayun, like, kayo pala yung tama, kayo po yung assessor namin na habang nagpa-party kami ng graduation, nagche-check kayo, tapos minomonitor namin yung Google, yung Google Sheets. So, yan yung mga drama namin noon during that time. Ayan. Ano po yun, Miss Roche? Hindi namin marinig.
Sorry, nag-party muna kako tayo bago natapos yung assessment ni Zehan.
Yeah, yes po, opo. Tapos si
Ako
Miss...
nagpapakasaya kayo sa party, ako namumroblema sa assessment nyo.
Yay!
Ayan. Tapos, after po niyan, eto nga po, nabigyan din ako ng chance kasi to work in an agency naman here in the Philippines, which is ngayon is, nandun pa rin ako. So, sobrang bait din kasi ng CEO namin. So, shout out sa'yo even though you're not mahilig sa, hindi ka po mahilig sa social media. So, si Sir Doy, yan. Napaka-supportive po niya na CEO for us. So, dito po, nabigyan naman ako ng chance to work with the big companies here in the Philippines. But because of the non-disclosure agreement, I cannot say kung ano man pong, company. Pero, bigyan ko na lang kayo ng clue. So, currently, I'm a social media strategist of two of the biggest brand dito ng food restaurant. Ayan. So, kasi isa yung may-ari nila. So, kami po yun. So, and the good thing is kasama ko din po dito yung aking mga, kumbaga para mga beshes ko na pagdating sa social media and project. So, hanggang ngayon po, yung batch namin sa Rizal, like si Jim, si Bida, si Wing, ayan, magkakasama pa rin po kami. And we are the one who is teammate dito sa working with these two big brands here in the Philippines. And the good thing po, hindi lang yon kasi because of an agency, kasi syempre marami kang mga projects na hinahawakan. So, nabigyan din ako ng chance to work with the big pharmaceuticals dito. Tapos magazine. Last time, we just finished the magazine naman. Tapos last week nga po, ayun, nabigyan naman ako ng chance na parang, yung little idea ko with social media marketing is to share naman with a radio station here din. So, ayun po. Sa awa naman po ng Diyos, surviving with the freelancing life and at the same time is planning na rin to move forward pa kasi nga po, ang key naman natin pagdating sa freelancing is networking. And nakakatuwa kasi kahit po papaano, ayan, nabigyan ako ng kumbaga parang nabigyan ako ng ng character siguro na to mingle with other people. So kahit po tahimik ako minsan, tahimik lang sa umpisa. Ayan. Pero kapag andyan na, chika 101 na. So ayan po. so far, ayan naman yung aking buhay. So parang ilang minuto yata yung sabi ko sa inyo, nakuha agad yung time. Ayan
Actually,
po.
nakakatuwa akong pakinggan kasi talagang um, yung kwento mo is talagang from start to finish talagang ano siya, step by step. Pero bago natin ipagpatuloy, let's welcome back our co-host, si Bern. Nakababalik lang mula sa kanyang 2-month leave para magpakasal. Yan! Congratulations, Bern! At ang iyong glass skin, mukhang hiyang na hiyang sa iyong bagong status. Kumusta ka naman, Bern?
Ayun, thank you so much for warm welcome. Welcome, MJ. Nice to meet you and to hear your story. I really miss you all, Coach Jehan, Mom Rochefel. I really miss everyone. Yun po, may sekreto po ang glass skin ko. Actually, wala pa ito masyadong filter, kaya ganito kang glass skin. So, wala itong filter. Ito yung background ko. So, yan. I'm so, excited na to be here again with the live session. May mga new ako na sinabihan ng mga group. I hope they will watch us then to support us tonight. And yun po, chika more. Yun.
Yeah. And let's also say thank you, Bern, at magandang gabi sa ating mga tagapanood. Ang nakikita ko lang na nag-comment dito ay si Miss Tin Baguio na every week ay talagang sumusuporta sa atin na nanonood. Next week, si Tin naman ang ating chichikahin. But tonight, si MJ muna. So, do you have any questions?
Meron ako.
Okay, go.
Ang dating ko, happy daw ako. Okay ba?
Medyo mahina ulit. So, si Bern na lang muna. Go na, Bern.
Sorry, papakuyot lang ako muna dito.
Sige.
Okay. Ayun kay MJ, naano ko kasi kanina, I'm curious kasi 'di ba you mentioned about connecting from your transition from OFW to different industry, trying out. Do you have a formula? Because you know that one of the important nga is networking. So, not curious ako, from introvert, do you have a formula in connecting with the people?
Okay.
Parang
So,
ito yung dapat yung pattern ko. Kasi nga introvert. So, it's quite challenging. And at
yeah.
the same time, networking is very important. So,
Ayan,
para
so,
naman sa iba.
So thank you for that, Miss Bern. I guess yung pattern ko dyan is number one, we really need to know who is our audience. So that's the number one. So I remember the basic things that we really need to know, especially if you are starting a business or you're starting to get your networks. Number one is to know your audience, and number two is to create the persona that you really want to know. So first muna dun sa know your audience. Usually kasi like currently din ngayon, no, I do have this um sh- small business which is more on the webinars and online training, wherein ang audience ko dito is mostly students. So I started it with mostly students and those people na gusto nila na gusto nila na parang kumbaga hindi magbabayad sila pero not that big naman yung kanilang kailangang bayaran but matututunan sila. So what I do is I created a group, which is this group was with the title Free and Online Services. So because of that, syempre, if I really want to gather those audiences, I really need to give something na sa palagay ko will, kumbaga parang kakailanganin nila. No, which is the free webinars. So though it is not coming from me and it is coming from other institutions as well as private, diba? So parang ito yung number one na naging lead generator ko with them. Then after that, ngayon kasi almost 1 year na yung group ko, which is already have 70,000 members na. So from that, napag-aralan ko na sino na ba talaga yung parang pinaka-audience ko doon. So sabi ko nga mostly students, pero ngayon it turns out na mostly is nagiging young professionals na sila. And the good thing with that is na nakikita natin na young professional na sila. Syempre, you really need to adjust yourself as well. Kung before, kino-communicate ko, yung way ko ng pag-communicate sa kanila or pag-sell ng products ko is more on parang lang, para lang for students. Ngayon, syempre, kailangan nating i-elevate. And buti na lang andyan si ChatGPT, di ba? So, at least pwede mong, okay, rephrase for ganitong tone. Ayan, de, joke lang. Okay, so at least ganun na, namumove na siya. And the good thing din, dahil alam mo na yung audience mo, alam mo na rin kung sino yung mga i-communicate mo. And of course, alam naman natin how we're going to deal with lead generation pagdating ng LinkedIn, pagdating ng Facebook. But the very best thing din na naging good sa akin is because of those webinars that I've created last year hanggang ngayon. So, siguro dahil lagi nilang nakikita yung mukha ko sa mga webinars, mapa-government man or mapa-private sectors. Kumbaga, ayan, nabibigyan na nila ako ng chance. Sayo nga, kilala namin yan si Miss MJ, yan yun. And sa awa naman ng Diyos, siguro po kasi nga, hilig ko ding magsalita talaga sa harap ng maraming tao and I really love talking things, share things na kung sa palagay ko, baka naman pwede nila. Hopefully, kaya ko na yung TikTok sa mga susunod. I have time. Hopefully, I have time para at least magawa ko siya. But, ayun. Because I know your audience, yan. Kumbaga, inalam ko muna kung sino yung audience ko and after that, I do things to network with them. And usually po, ang aking networking is using Messenger. Ayan, hindi po ako masyado yung sa comment or sa ganyan. Kasi I want them to feel that I'm really serious of what I really want to do. And at the same time, dun ko rin po lahat sinasabi. Or sometimes, if it is not in Messenger, usually po message sa LinkedIn at the same time din. Basta kailangan medyo more on personal. Kasi though I'm using sometimes those what we know na parang sa comments or something, pero I feel kasi na mas personal yung communication if it is only the two of you. So that's one. Ayan. So yun lang po. Parang know your audience first.
Ayan, ang galing no, parang talagang lalakasan mo yung loob mo para i-reach out sila at makipagkwentuhan sa kanila. Pero I think yung yung tanong ni Rosh, nasagot mo na siya while you were sharing your journey. How did you start making a name in the online industry and what can you advise to those who also want to do the same?
Ayan, ako, sa totoo lang po, hindi ko pa naman din kino-consider yung self-call like parang known na sa online industry. Though, nag-verified ako ng Facebook kasi pilingera nga ako. Hindi, joke lang. Okay, pero siguro po the key for that, no, is consistency. Ayan, kasi though alam naman po natin that my freelancing journey is more on social media marketing or more on into social media. But ngayon po parang nagiging dating na nga sa akin ng mga tao is 20% social media tas 80% na more on trainings. Ayan. Siguro po kasi mas naging consistent ako with online trainings, I guess. So that's the way parang sila nakikita nila na okay si Miss ito. So siya na lang. So to alang po natutuwa din ako kasi some of other clients ko din po, especially on training for online industry, no, is more on sila parang sila na din yung nagsasabi with other people na okay, i-refer kita Miss MJ with them. And even po isa ko pa din natutuwa ko is like for example when I have webinars on DTI, webinars on DICT, after that people was going to contact me like Miss MJ, is there any ganito, especially with social media. So ayun, yung po yung consistency. Tapos syempre once na kung ano yung pinapakita mo sa kanila or ano yung pinapayo mo sa kanila, kaya mo rin gawin in your personal din. Para syempre yung branding mo nandoon pa din.
Totoo.
Ayan
Yung
po.
Naalala ko yung kwento mo na yun, nakaramihan ng naging mo sa webinars or yung mga word of mouth networking.
Yes.
Ayan, agree na agree din si Rosh. Yes, the same thing happened to Fabs. Our niche found us, not the other way. Minsan talaga, kung ukol, talagang bubukol siya,
Yes po, yes.
Diba? Pero parang na-curious lang ako kasi parang feeling ko ang layo ng food service industry sa digital workspace. Yung trabaho natin sa online, parang napakaiba kasi yung food service industry masyado siyang physical. Diba? So, have you found a common ground kung saan na masabi mo yung skills na buo mo while working sa mga food service industry, talagang nadala mo papunta sa online work at nagagamit mo pa rin hanggang ngayon?
Okay. Ganda po ng question ni Ms. Jano. So,
Universe.
Yeah. Opo. I guess yun po yung mga trainings that I've learned din sa pagiging food service. Kasi the good thing in food service po kasi kami as managers, syempre hindi lang naman po mostly lahat is kumbaga parang okay, magsaserve ka ng food, something like that. Behind that kasi, of course, nandyan yung food cost, andyan yung financial, andyan yung kumbaga po nagkaroon kasi ako ng chance na yung mga natutunan ko from food service, especially on how you're going to manage your business, is na-apply ko siya into our digital, kumbaga into our digital practice na. And even go with marketing, kasi even before naman din po, we're doing some marketing din. The difference lang is this is more on traditional marketing, but tayo is now doing the digital one. The difference is only the tools, but the system, the way that we're going to sell our products or sell our services is the same. And at the same time, the common din po is a customer service. Kasi during, even I'm in food and beverage service, napakahalaga po sa amin ng customer service. No, which is, in a digital world din, importante din po yung customer service. Maybe that's why, like yung sinasabi, the networking that I've learned by now is coming from how we do the customer service din when I was in this industry. So with that, adjust lang ako ng konti, and that's the good thing din po kasi once that you are in the food service before, sanay ka sa risk, sanay ka sa pagod, sanay ka sa tension, sanay ka sa, kumbaga sa, ang tawag dito sa any, means ako po usually lagi ko kasabihan dati, solve muna natin yung problem, tsaka na natin isipin yung long term, just the short term muna, something like that. So, hanggang ngayon, kasi na freelance naman po, even though we really do know how the step by step, sometimes may mali nangyayari, di ba? So, kumbaga, ginamit ko po yung common ground na yun, hanggang sa makatawid ako dito sa industry na yun. Ayan. So, ayun po.
Thank you, MJ. Yeah, it's very common ground yung customer service, handling with the clients, especially from knowing your audience, then when we deliver our services with them. So, have you ever na-experience a challenging na client, and how do you deliver as a customer service oriented type of person? How do you deliver para mas challenging na client?
Ayan. Sa lang po hanggang ngayon, we're in the challenge. Joke lang. Ayan. Sa totoo lang po, ang ganda pakinggan kumbaga, when someone is talking about like you work with the biggest brands, 'di ba, in the Philippines, or yung mga known brands in the Philippines. But behind that po, sobrang challenging niya. Kasi like, of course, number one, big companies kasi sila eh. So the expectation from you, if you are their engagement manager or community manager, or you are the SOCMED of them, is syempre mas mataas din. So that is one of the challenge that namin. But yung pinaka naging challenge ko way back before is yung pinaka first project namin. Ayan, alam yung team ko, si Vida, si Jay, si Jim, ayan. Kasi kami yung mga magkakasama rin. There was a time kasi that we are really new. So hindi namin alam how we're going to deal with. Syempre, yes, we have trained. Alam namin kung paano gumawa ng social media. Alam namin kung paano gumawa ng content. But the thing is, kapag nasa real scenario ka na pala, and nasa big brands ka, may iba pa pala, meron pa palang mga tone na kailangan, meron pang yung brand voice nila is, alam mo yun, kahit sa 2 sentence lang, kailangan maparamdam mo sa kanila yung tone na gusto mo mangyari or something like that.
Archetype.
Yeah. So during, yan yung pinaka-challenge namin. During the time, parang we just really need to create copies, parang 2 sentence copies dun sa gagawin naming project. Pero hirap na hirap kami. Like, ang duty namin is 10 o'clock to 4 p.m. lang. Naging 10 to 10 na. But the good thing is you have friends. I mean, you have friends na, for example, sa palagay mo okay na ba to? Tapos yung isa naman, sige, baka mas maganda ganito. Hindi, ganito kasi yung ginawa nila. Kumbaga, nagkaroon ng, alam mo yun, because you're working with the team. So, kahit pa paano, yung challenge ang hirapan ta, is nakakaya mo. Kasi may nakikinig sa'yo, di ba? Minsan, meron tayong ganong ugali, parang, we just really need to say something. Parang mailabas lang natin yung challenge na yun. And then, those people around you will definitely help you. So, ayan. In fairness naman po, kahit naman hanggang ngayon is there so many challenge. But I guess that is the one na hindi ko makakalimutang challenge with us. Ayan po.
Nakakatuwa kasi talagang parang you found your strength dun sa group na kinabilangan mo, which is yung classmates mo sa DJT training. So talagang naging solid kayo sa class niyo. So do you feel like naging malaking factor ito sa success journey mo as an online professional?
Yes po. Yes po. Kasi sobrang supportive din po nila especially kapag ayun, tulad ng mga ngayon. Though I guess they're also busy kasi syempre we have current clients din at the same time, mga